I was doing this for him, and that's what I had to keep reminding myself. He told me that he needed me. No one had ever said that to me before. I couldn't let him down now. I couldn't let him down after everything we had been through just to be together. That didn't mean, though, that I was looking forward to it. I could only imagine that Rob's sisters were as bad as, if not worse, than his father had been, and I was about to walk into the nest of 3 of them.
It's gonna be okay.
Rob said to me, as he took in the look of worry on my face.
My sisters can be brutal, but just ignore everything that they say and you'll be fine.
He grinned at me. It was a big, slightly crooked smile that flashed his perfect teeth. I nodded. I'm just nervous, I guess. I felt selfish for admitting it. This wasn't about me. Rob had just lost his father, and that was what all of this was about. He was going home so that he could pay his final respects, and I was just there for support, which is something I would give him willingly. It was the least I could do. We'd flown back from the island as soon as Rob had arranged the flights. We arrived back in America late, and the night sky was ominously black above us. Rob was quiet. He was quieter than I'd ever seen him be, but I understood. I didn't push him to speak. I just waited until he was ready.
You know,
He said as we stepped into the black limousine at the airport.
he wasn't really as bad as you think he was.
I don't think your dad was a bad man, I said. It was true that his father and I had seen our differences. It was true that he'd hated me from the moment that he'd seen me, but I'd always understood the reasons behind it. I always understood that underneath all the bitterness that he showed me, his actions were based on love, even if that wasn't clear to see from the outright.
No, you don't need to lie.
Rob said with warm eyes.
I know that he gave you the worst impression of himself that he could have possibly given, but I'm just saying, that wasn't him all the time, you know. He was just overly protective of his family, I guess.
You don't need to explain yourself to me, I said as I took his hand in my own. My father and I have never got along, but I know that it will devastate me when he's gone. Sometimes it isn't about how a person acted or what they said. Sometimes it's as simple as family, and family is everything. Even if you don't like them, you'll always love them.
It's amazing how you just get it. I mean, it probably isn't even that complicated, but you get it. Do you know how long I've spent waiting for a girl who gets it?
He asked me. I wasn't really sure what the question was. I wasn't sure exactly what he meant by it, but I could tell that he meant well. I'm happy to be here for you, I said quietly as I looked out the window at the long line of sidewalk lamps that blurred past us. How far away is your house? I asked him as I looked down at my watch and realized that it was already past midnight.
It's really not far. Probably another half an hour away.
He said as he glanced out the window so that he could get his bearings. Do you think your sisters will be up when we get there? I tried to mentally prepare myself for whatever it was that I was about to walk into.
Probably.
Rob said with a nod.
I mean, it's been a few years since I've seen any of them, so I'm sure that they're all waiting up especially.
He grimaced a little as he spoke. I could tell from his face that he wasn't looking forward to having to deal with his sisters.